Welcome, welcome. Welcome to tonight's Texas Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We have a killer list of institutions for you to hear from this evening, but I just have a couple of quick housekeeping items before we get started. So first of all, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphones are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. Second, this is just one of the awesome sessions that's happening tonight and tomorrow. So if you love this format, which I know that you're going to, make sure that you sign up for more sessions tomorrow. This is also being recorded. So there's several sessions happening right now, and you might also hear some great information, but want to hear it again. And this recording will be available at strivescan.com/Texas within about a week, along with all of the other recordings that are happening tonight and tomorrow. Finally, we know that you're going to have questions, and so don't hesitate to put those questions in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. Type out your question, and then also make sure you note the college or university that you're directing your question to. It'll make our panelists' lives a lot easy so they know who should respond to your question. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our panelists. So up first, you have the opportunity to hear from Sam Houston State University.
Are we good to go?
I'm not seeing your screen just yet.
Let me.
Looks great. But you're on mute.
There we go. Hi guys, my name is Janelle Silva and I represent Sam Houston State University. We are located in Huntsville, Texas. So here we have a short PowerPoint, guys. I'm going to kind of skim through it. I want to make sure we cover all the gist of what Sam Houston's about and kind of give you guys more information. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is campus life we have here at Sam Houston. Beginning off, we have here residence life. We have 14 different residence halls that we offer our students when it comes to living in dorms on campus. When it comes to first year students, we do require you guys to be on campus for your first year, only to get you guys that well-rounded college experience. We feel that when you're on campus, you're able to enjoy pretty much, like I said, the college activities, you'll be able to enjoy your classes, just different things when it comes to being on campus. And here we also have, when it comes to dining services, we have 2 different dining halls that are on campus at Sam Houston. We have, when it comes to also like when it Panda Express, Einstein Brothers Bagels, we have Starbucks, Steak and Shake, Chick-fil-A location, Subway, you guys name it. We have other options for you guys when it comes to dining. But when it comes to our dining plans, guys, all first year freshmen are required to have a meal plan. As long as you have your student ID, you're able to just swipe your card and you have access to breakfast, lunch, and dinner there on campus, and you guys are good to go as well. Next, we have recreational sports. This is things for you guys to do there on campus, kind of enjoy yourselves, get involved. We have anything from here, it says adventure trips. So we have clinics, workshops when it comes to different sports. We have rock climbing centers, challenge courses for you guys to get involved. We also have aquatic safety when it comes to courses, activities to do, club sports, fitness, intramural activities, guys. We want to make sure you guys have access to different activities there at Sam Houston as well. And also we have here student activities. That's going to be where we guys get involved. You guys get to do different things there at Sam Houston. It's there to pretty much, like I said, here developing students outside of the classroom. It's the fun things that are on campus, guys. We have here Bearcat Alley. That is our bowling alley on campus in our LSC building. We have commencement. We have homecoming as well. We also have here cat comedy showcases. That's where we bring comedians free of charge to students. They're events that we want to make sure they know for entertainment purposes. We also have here Party at the Pit. That's a really fun event as well. Fun fact, that's actually held at Old Main. Old Main back then, we established ourselves in the 1800s. That building actually burned down. It was a 3-story building. Unfortunately, like I said, it didn't burn down, but we actually made it into a fun area called the Pit. And that's where we host different parties, different events there on campus. We have music, fun, food there. So like I said, guys, it's a way to get involved there on campus. We also have here a ring ceremony. The ring ceremony is pretty much based on tradition. We really, when it comes to pride ourselves, when it comes to what we offer our students for ring ceremonies, it's pretty much there as a memoir for you guys once you guys are close to commencement. And then we have here the Tree of Light ceremony. That's pretty much during the holidays. That's what we have. We have students where they create ornaments. They kind of create different things. We have our huge tree there in the main hub of campus. And we want to represent all the students, faculty, staff there on campus during the holidays, get you guys, when it comes prepped for that. And then lastly, here we have Welcome Week. Welcome Week is pretty much, it's going to occur every fall and spring semester during the first week of classes. It's to get you guys amped up, get you guys pretty much prepped for your academic school year. They have food, they have events, they have music. There's ways to get involved. If you guys want to get involved in, like when it comes to Greek lives, when it comes to sororities, fraternities, they have different events also on campus that you can get involved in as well. And next we have study abroad programs that we offer to our students. Unfortunately, we are not offering them this school year due to COVID and restrictions. We are hoping to, or crossing our fingers, that we can have that open to the next school year. And we go to places such as parts of Europe, parts of Mexico. We go to different areas where students can actually study abroad programs. We also have here the Bearcat All Paws In Day. That's fully a day for service, guys. We're really big on community and serving the community. So we pretty much get our students, they volunteer their time. We get them kind of excited to volunteer in local areas around Huntsville, around Houston area. Just like I said, just donate your service to the community. We also have here Bearcat Camp. That's actually really popular when it comes to our freshmen. It's for all first-year freshmen. That's going to be a 3-day event where we host different events for our students. We have you guys stay overnight in our Bearcat Camp. So pretty much you guys are staying in cabins, just like you guys are camping, but there's events, there's food, there's different things you guys can do. They have waterfront activities. I know they have competitions. They just have different things you guys can do. And just you get to meet new people. You get to meet your fellow freshmen and make connections as well. And next we have here, like I mentioned, guys, we are located in Huntsville, Texas. We are about an hour away from Houston. So pretty much when it comes to Huntsville, we are a pretty quaint town. You're going to find a lot of local dinery. You're going to find pretty much when it comes to antique shops, you're going to find different things downtown that you guys can get involved in. Here we have when it comes to our Sam Houston statue. When you're traveling from Houston all the way up into Huntsville, you'll notice that the Sam Houston statue is right in the entrance of Huntsville. So once you see his statue, you'll know that you're in Huntsville and that you're close to our area. But here we have when it comes to waterfront activities, a lot of students like to go, scuba diving, they like to go canoeing, they just like to do activities there throughout campus. So fun things to do while you guys are there in Huntsville. And next we have here our sports. We have here athletic teams. We are a Division I university. And we have when it comes to men's sports, we have baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, track and field, like I mentioned here. For girls, we also have the same different sport events. So we also have volleyball for girls, tennis, softball. Like I said, guys, as long as you guys are students, you have a student ID, these are free events for you guys. Take advantage, go support your teams, go support your school. And like I said, all fun events. And now we're moving on to services and resources. I want to make sure you guys pretty much know what Sam Houston offers for you guys. We do have here an academic success center when it comes to tutoring services, one-on-one services for academics. We have here the Student Money Management Center, Student Health Center for any health needs. If you guys need to go to the doctor or you guys need to get lab work done, it's going to be here at Student Health Center. We also have here a counseling center, and we do service students with disabilities as well. So pretty much that's just a gist of what Sam Houston's about, kind of in a nutshell. And if you guys have any questions, connect with us. Thank you.
Janelle, thanks to you and Sam Houston State University. Those listening, don't forget you can put your questions in the Q&A at any time. List out your question, and then also note the college or university that you're directing your question to. Next up, I have the pleasure of introducing to you Texas A&M University.
Howdy, everyone. My name is Mirtala Mular, and I am one of the representatives from Texas A&M University. I am here with my colleague, Froilan Silva. And Froilan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, howdy. My name is Froilan Silva, one of the other advisors here, actually working out of the Austin area. Glad you guys are joining us tonight.
Thank you. So to start off, our admissions policy, well, first of all, we are Texas A&M. We are one of the, we're the first public university in the state of Texas, and currently we are the biggest public university in the US. We opened doors in 1876, and we currently are sitting on about 70,000 students on our campus. But even though we had so many students, we do have a lot of programs for our students to feel the community or our campus and to feel like the campus to be smaller than what it actually is. We do have a lot of resources for our, especially for our freshman students to come on campus, to get to know the facilities, to get to know our traditions. We are based on a tradition. We are based on many traditions that we've been carrying for quite a few years. And that's what emotes our student life. Our student life is what keeps the university running. Just a little bit of reminders about our admissions policies. We are going to be test optional for next year, and we are top 10% and top 10% of students are automatically admitted. And after that, everybody else will be going through a holistic review. Those are kind of like the big things in the admissions part. I'm going to pass it on to Froylan now.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things this year for ourselves when it came to, admissions, but also I think across the state now you're going to see is that, we have gone test optional. I think one thing about our university that's unique is that test optional is like a win-win essentially for our university, meaning that if you decide that you want to submit your test scores, we'll accept them. And if they help your application, we'll utilize them. If you submit your application, your test scores, and maybe they're not doing a lot of good, perhaps, it's okay. We're going to pretend like they're not there. So it's never a hindrance to submit your test scores to our university if you decide that you want to take them for this upcoming year. So we will be test optional. And again, just to reiterate, Nirthala is actually going to be answering questions in the chat. So if you have any questions at all, please make sure you do hit those up. We want to make sure that you use this time as best as possible to make sure you're connecting and getting all the questions that you may have answered. Like Nirthala also said, 2 ways of getting admitted this upcoming year. Top 10%, if you're in the state of Texas, congratulations, you're going to be guaranteed admission to Texas A&M University, and you'll be a member of the Fighting Texas IU class of 2026. Hey, that's when you should be graduating our university if you are a current junior. Aside from that, we'll be looking at students holistically, which means that we're looking at inside the classroom work, the classes you're taking, the academic rigor, AP versus dual credit, etc. We're looking at what you're doing outside the classroom. What are you involved in? And not only what are you involved in, but how involved are you? That's such an important thing to us. We want to see maybe some balance in that. Maybe you have some extracurriculars within the school. Maybe you're involved in some community organizations. Maybe you and your family are super active in your church. That's all important for us to see, as well as if you have a job. So we like to say that a little bit of this, a little bit of that overall, not stretching yourself too thin, but ultimately just committed to certain things that you have been committed to is super important to us. And then lastly, we'd love to know anything else about you when it comes to our admissions. We want to know what you've maybe what your life has been like. Maybe you've had some cool opportunities where you've studied abroad. Maybe you've done some mission work. Maybe you've done some exchange, student exchange things, whatever it may be. Or maybe you've had some challenges in your life, and whatever that may mean to you exactly, we'd love to know about that. And we want to make sure that you remember to include that in your application. Please note that everything that you are submitting on the application, whether you're using Apply Texas or the Coalition application, is not only used for our academic purposes to get you admitted, but it's also used for our scholarship purposes. Texas A&M University annually awards about like more than 100 million, 129 million if you see the slide, to our freshman classes across the entire university, over $800 million in financial aid. Financial aid is an important thing, and we have to be mindful of those things. So just note that as you are putting all the information in, even if you're top 10%, super important to make sure you are completing the application in its entirety so that you can maximize your chances for institutional aid from our university. As you can see also on our display, the average financial aid package for a student at our university as a freshman is about over $14,000. That's incredible. We're really proud about that. We're really excited for the former student network that we do have that continue to help support higher education at our university. And like Nirthala was saying, I mean, honestly, when it comes to our university and any university, you really want to find out what's important to that school, what makes that school what it is. And that's why we really want to stress the importance of our student life. We operate as a student, as a university, under our core values of RELIS, as you can see there. That's respect. That is excellence, that's leadership, that's loyalty, that is integrity, and that's selfless service. And so we want our students that are choosing to come to our university to really like take on those core values and really embody them. We really do believe in those, and we really believe that whenever you are an Aggie, this is what it's about, that it's about embodying into our core values. Please note, student life is so important to us, and that's why, like Nirthala was saying, yes, we are a large university, the largest in the state. in the nation, excuse me, on some scales. And so we want to make sure that you have opportunities to be involved, to get involved, and to find your network and family within that. And just some fun things about our university. We actually opened up our second rec center on campus this year. So whether you're on the west side of campus or east side, there is somewhere for you to work out, exercise, and grow. And we actually have the most Starbucks on any campus in the state of Texas. So that's also awesome. Looking forward to hearing from you guys in the future, and hopefully your applications come August 1 this year. On behalf of Mirthala and myself, we want to say we are glad you're here, and thanks and gig 'em.
Thanks so much to you at Texas A&M University. Next up, I have the pleasure to introduce to you Texas Tech University.
Good evening, everyone. My name's April Tipton. I'm one of the lead admissions counselors for Texas Tech University. I'm very excited to announce that I do have Andrea, who's actually helping me out with the chatter box. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us and we'll be happy to answer any that you have this evening. To tell you a little bit about Texas Tech University, we actually have over 40,322 students to be exact. Our student to teacher ratio is 20:1. We are a tier 1 research school as well. At Texas Tech University, our average SAT score is 1171. Also, with that being said, to tell you a little bit about Texas Tech University, we're 6 hours away from Dallas, 8 hours away from Houston. We have over 250,000 plus Lubbock residents. 78% of our new students come from farther than 300 miles from the home of which you can see here on this map here. Students attending Texas Tech from one of our larger Texas cities might just think as far as not farther than some of our outfits from our neighboring states. The distance students travel to Lubbock creates a very unique college experience. Tech is a traditional college campus. Our student body is extremely involved in organizations, spirits, and traditions at Texas Tech. They typically don't go home on the weekends like you might expect from institutions that are closer to larger cities. Yes, we do have an international airport 10 miles away from our campus that makes it easy for our students to come quickly to Lubbock as well. People at Texas Tech love Texas Tech. I kid you not, we wear nothing but red and black at Texas Tech. Also at Texas Tech, we also have Law Graduate Health Science Center on our campus here and as well. We do have also the nursing school, physical therapy, and health professions as well. Also to note that we will be opening up our veterinary medicine, which actually will be the first class for this fall 2021. Which is located in Amarillo, Texas, which is 2 hours away from Lubbock, Texas. So we're very excited because this is the second one in the state of Texas. We have over 550 plus student organizations, 19 resident halls. You are required to live on campus your first year, 30 plus dining venues as well, with a 242 square feet rec center. Our students absolutely love this as well. Again, lots of spirits and traditions as well. We are a Division I school, so all you literally have to do is go ahead and swipe your card to get you into one of our games at Texas Tech. So there are 4 requirements that we're looking at for you to go ahead and apply at Texas Tech. One of the requirements is apply Texas or the Common App. We don't prefer one over the other. There is a $75 application fee or a fee waiver. We do need your high school transcripts, but really your counselors can go ahead, upload your transcripts or your unofficial transcripts. We'll go ahead and take those, and then once a decision will be made, we will need your official transcripts as well. And then also with that, SAT and ACT scores. Great news, this is breaking news. We just moved test optional for the fall 2022 class as well. So we're very excited to announce that. So if you would like to go ahead and apply test optional, you're able to do that as well. Again, keep in mind, we will need your SAT and ACT scores for TSI or presidential scholarships as well. Once we have these 4 documents here, please note it will take 2 to 4 weeks for a decision to be made. We do super score at Texas Tech, so we'll take your scores. Keep in mind with your SAT and ACT scores, we'll go ahead and take your scores all the way up until June 1st of your senior year. Also, for assured admissions, there's 2 types of admissions. So again, there's 2 types of admissions there's assured admission. So if you're on the top 10% of your class, you're in. Also, with that being said, all you need to know, if you're on the top 25% with 11 score 80 super score and it's score of a 20 super score ACT, just keep in mind scores go up and the rankings go down. Some majors do require assured admissions as well. Keep in mind, if you don't meet all these requirements, that's where you go through the application review, and that's where we're going to be looking at your essays, letters of recommendation, course, curricular activities, your work history. The more information we know about you, the more we can favor for you too as well. Also, I also like to note here is this is our tuition fees. Keep in mind, everything that you see in asterisks here is just simply an estimate. I also like to note for out-of-state students, if you do receive a $1,000 scholarship from Texas Tech, you will get the in-state tuition. Yes, if you do qualify for one of our $1,000 scholarships, you will get the out-of-state tuition as well. We also do, like I mentioned, we do have the presidential scholarship. So keep in mind, this is going to be based off of your SAT and ACT scores. Again, if your high school doesn't rank, we'll rank for you based off of your SAT and ACT scores and historical data. We do have Matador scholarships for our students that are applying test optional as well. And also, again, with your Rater Connect, all you simply have to do is go ahead and create a portal. This is where you can check your application status. Again, upload all of your documents, as I mentioned, essays, letters of recommendation, SAT and ACT scores, you name it. You can go ahead and upload those, and then we'll need your official documents once you've been admitted to Tech. You can even register for events, and most importantly, you can check out to see who your admissions counselor is as well. We do have virtual events at Tech. We would love for you to come and join us for one of our virtual events as well. We have them for even for our colleges. So at Tech, we have over 150 different majors and 10 different colleges that you can choose from. And those particular colleges that I just mentioned, they do have virtual visits with them once a month as well. Again, thank you so much for joining Andrea and I. We really do appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, April. Are you guys having fun yet? I know I am, and I've learned so much already about the 3 institutions that have gone so far, but we still have 3 left to go. Don't hesitate to put those questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and make sure you list out the college or university that you're directing your question to. Next up, I have the opportunity to introduce to you the University of Texas at Tyler.
Hey guys, my name is Jacob Bryce. I'm an admissions counselor with the University of Texas at Tyler. I just wanted to talk to you guys really quick today, kind of a little bit about what UT Tyler is about. So let's get started. So UT Tyler, here at UT Tyler, we have a really personal focus on your academics. I am an alum of UT Tyler, actually just graduated in 2020, last year, so I'm a very recent graduate. But one of the things that drew me to the school was our really small class size. We have a student to teacher ratio of 19:1 and an average class size of 25 students. That means you really get to know your professor. I still, even though I graduated almost 6 months ago, I still see my professors in the hall and we're still good friends. We also have a really big focus on hands-on learning here at UT Tyler. That's from our nursing college, where we have our simulation hospital with mannequins that can bleed, spit up, and do all the crazy things that real patients are going to do, so you know what you're getting yourself into. To engineering, where you can go ahead and build your own concrete canoe and launch it across our lake in the middle of campus. All sorts of different really fun things that we try to incorporate within all of our majors. We also have a really amazing career success department at UT Tyler. So obviously college is a lot about getting that degree, but it's also about getting a job, getting an internship, or getting shadowing hours. So we have our career success department that their whole job, as I like to say, their whole job is to help you find a job or an internship. They'll help you rewrite your resume. They will do mock interviews with you. They'll get you set up on our Handshake website that just has job offers for college students and UT Tyler students. That's how I got my 2 on-campus jobs. It's also how I got the recommendations to be talking to you guys today as an admissions counselor. So I am really indebted to my career success coach from the College of Education and Psychology. We also, another big pillar for UT Tyler is community on campus. We have over 150 clubs and organizations on campus. We also have a really big focus on community service. If we have a club that, we don't have a club that you are interested in, it only takes you and 4 other friends and 1 faculty or staff member to start a club. This is something that I actually did when I was a student at UT Tyler. I started my own club, and that's another really amazing thing you get to put on your resume from experience, and it's a lot of fun. We are located in Tyler, Texas. If you guys haven't been there, it's a town of about 100,000, but it's really growing. Since I moved here for school, it's grown a lot in the past 3 years. We have over 300,000 people that commute every single day for work, shopping, medical treatment, and other things as well. Now, let's talk about what it takes to get into UT Tyler. Like a lot of the other schools here today, we are test optional. You do not have to take the SAT or ACT, excuse me, for admission or for scholarships. If you have taken it, we definitely encourage you to go ahead and send it to us. We can use that for your TSI, or if you are not eligible by our current requirements, we can use that SAT, ACT score to potentially admit you. But if you guys look on the left-hand side of your screen here, our freshman requirements, if you're in the top 25% of your class, you're automatically admitted. Any other quartile, it's just a minimum of a 2.75 GPA, and you will be automatically admitted. And our application is on applytexas.org. That's the only one we use. We do not use the Common App. Talking about financial aid and scholarships, we have a plethora of freshman and transfer scholarship options available. I was a recipient of a couple of those, as well as the Greater Texas Foundation Scholarship, which is unique to early college students. If you don't receive any scholarships your first year, you can apply for the Returning Student Scholarship, which is $2,000 a year. Of course, we also do the FAFSA, and we award over $20 million a year in grants and scholarships. Now, next step to apply at UT Tyler and get in as a student. The first, of course, is going to be to submit that application on Apply Texas, then send your official transcripts, which you can usually just talk to your high school counselor, registrar's office, complete the FAFSA for the aid year that you're going to be applying for, and then pay your freshman confirmation fee. That's going to be $100. It just lets us know you're for sure coming to school at UT Tyler. And then you can go ahead and sign up for orientation. And then housing. And just so you guys know, for freshmen, we do require freshmen live on campus for the first year. And that's just to kind of get a better feel of the campus and get the college experience. We have 4 housing options for freshmen, 1 dorm and 3 apartments. I lived on campus the entire time I was a student. I absolutely loved it. Now, I really would encourage you guys to follow us on UT Tyler Admissions and UT Tyler Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We put out a lot of really great information and information about deadlines. So please definitely follow us. And if you guys have any questions today, please feel free to let me know. But that looking like it's about the end of my time. So thank you guys so much and have a great day.
Thanks, Jacob, to you and UT Tyler. Our next institution is the University of Texas at Permian Basin.
Hi guys, I'm Susie Thiessen and I am the Assistant Director for Admissions here at UT Permian Basin. So we're just going to go through really quickly some of this information about UTPB. So we are located in Odessa, Texas, which if you know what Texas looks like, that 90-degree angle, we're like right there. So we're in a really rural area. Odessa only has about 100,000 people, so it is relatively small. And given our name, we are part of the UT system. So you think of UT Austin, UT Tyler, UTEP, UTRGV, UT Arlington. There's a whole lot of UT schools. So we are one of those, but we are actually the smallest one. And we have about 6,000 students enrolled. So we have a really small campus. Our classroom sizes are 23-to-1 student faculty ratio. We do have Division II sports. We are in the Lone Star Conference. And we offer about 38 undergraduate majors. We're currently growing that as well as our master's programs. So we service about, dozens of schools in the West Texas area. Because we are so rural, there are only a number of other universities that are located within the area, which includes Texas Tech and Angelo State. So we pretty much cover a wide 200-mile radius for those schools. This is a nice aerial view of our campus. So you can see our main Mesa building, our student activity center, our science building, and our library. And if you look all the way in the back, that is where all of our campus housing is. So everything is nice and close together. And this is our Midland campus, as we call it. This holds our Wagner Noel Performing Arts Center, our engineering building, and then our seed building, which was formerly the engineering building, and is now just used as meeting spaces and stuff like that. So the Midland campus is about 7 miles outside of Odessa, in between Midland and Odessa. And it's really close to our Midland International Airport as well, which is really convenient for students who are not from this area. We do have direct flights to Houston and to Dallas, I believe, and also to Las Vegas. This is our student housing. So we have our residence and dining hall, which is for our freshmen. It holds about 312 freshmen. And then we have our upperclassmen apartment style dorms, which you can see Freddie the Falcon sitting in the living room right there. And then you see the floor plans for the residence and dining hall. So there is a double occupancy option, so where you share a room with somebody. And then there is the 4-bedroom option where each person gets their own bedroom. And the good thing about the dorms is they all come fully furnished. The kitchens all have appliances. And so you don't have to worry about bringing any type of furniture or anything like that. This is a list of our academic majors. So we have College of Arts and Sciences. We have our College of Health Services and Human Performance, College of Business, College of Engineering, and College of Education. So there are quite a few different options that we offer. And if there's something that you are interested in that you don't see, we can try and find the closest major for you, or maybe even recommend a university that might have something ideal for you. Okay, now the application process. So we have our application at applytexas.org, and we highly encourage that you fill out as much information as possible. We don't ask for resumes or recommendation letters or essays or anything like that, but there is a portion on the Apply Texas application that essentially lets you fill out a resume. So we always like to refer to that to see what kind of things you're involved in, and this will help with the holistic review process. And then our application fee is $40. However, we do also accept waivers that can come from SAT, ACT, if you're on their free or reduced lunch program, or if your EFC is 0 on your FAFSA. The documents that we require is going to be your official high school transcript, which you can request from your counselor or your high school's registrar's office. We are test optional for fall 2021. So you're welcome to send in your SAT or ACT scores if you'd like us to use them. But again, you know, if they help you, then we'll use them. But if they don't help you, then we won't consider them for your admission. So totally feel free if you would like to submit those. And then if you do have any dual credit classes, go ahead and send in that official transcript as well. That way we can determine what kind of credits will be transferred to UTPB. And our freshman admissions requirements, we are admitting top 25% and higher, yes, top 25% students get automatically admitted. Anything below that is kind of like a holistic review. So because we are test optional, the unweighted 4.0 GPA is going to be highly considered, as well as class rank. And so that's how we'll also determine our scholarships. So these are our current scholarship opportunities, anywhere from $500 a year to $7,000 or $10,000 a year. And the top 4 that you see are all automatic scholarships. So that means if you meet the requirements based on your GPA, then you are automatically awarded that scholarship. The presidential or presidential plus scholarship is by an application process. And we only award about 40 of those a year with a hard deadline of March 1st. So if you are planning to apply to UTPB, if you're a current junior, definitely make sure to keep that deadline in mind. And this is the annual cost of attendance. This is for an in-state student. I apologize for not having any out-of-state or international student fees on here. But this is kind of where we're at right now with our tuition, housing, meal plans, and everything like that. So about $20,000 a year. All right, so if you do have any questions at all, this is our contact information. Admissions is the main one, or you can contact me directly, whichever you prefer. So thank you guys for being here today, and it was great to present.
Thanks so much, Susie, to you and to the University of Texas Permian Basin. Our final presentation tonight will be from the University of Texas at El Paso.
Awesome, thank you, Courtney. All right, let me get my screen up here, y'all. Full screen. Awesome, thank you. All right, everyone, my name is Sam Havens. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Texas at El Paso. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. We don't have too much time, so I'm going to try and cover everything I have in my presentation. It's just going to be covering some fun things we like to point out about UTEP and what it kind of looks to apply to UTEP. So thank you guys again for being here. Now, one thing we want to point out right away is we are a pretty big university. So we have about 25,000 students enrolled currently at UTEP. So when you think of that, most states we'd be considered a big university, but here in Texas, I would say that's more of a mid-sized university. With that, that means your first initial freshman classes may be a bit bigger size, but once you do get into your sophomore, junior level classes, you will notice that we have a smaller classroom size that you may see at some smaller universities. Of course, with that, we do graduate a lot of students. We do have 110,000 plus alumni worldwide, plenty of students who stay in Texas, but plenty of students who also head off to other states to find work, California, New York. So of course, that is a great thing about a university because it creates a network. So once you end up graduating, going into the workforce, meeting someone who attended the same university as you is an instant connection that you have and that you can build upon. We are ranked #1 by the prestigious Brookings Institute as a leader in research and social mobility. So what that means is, well, one, we conduct a lot of research at UTEP. That brings in a lot of funding, which we use to better our facilities for our students. And with social mobility, what that means is essentially when students come to our university, we want them to have an opportunity to take their socioeconomic status and possibly elevate that for themselves and for their family. And that's something we're very proud of. We're all about access and excellence. We want students to have the opportunity to attend so they can better their lives for them and everyone around them. We also have the R1 designation. So that's something given to top research universities all around the nation. So you see we're one of 130 top tier universities who have this designation. Other schools like Stanford, MIT, University of Michigan, they also have received this. It goes into what I was saying earlier. We do a lot of research. It's a very important thing to have at a university. Like I said, it brings in funding, and funding is very important when it comes to bettering the experience for your students and for everyone who's going to be at the university. Awesome. Now at UTEP, we do have plenty of things to study. So we have over 170 plus degree programs. When that comes to bachelor's degrees, so what you guys will be pursuing after you graduate from high school, we have around 74. But let's say you do attend another university or you do attend UTEP and get that bachelor's degree. We also have plenty of opportunity to get your graduate degree afterwards, whether that be in a master's program, doctorate program. With our majors, you're gonna find them under these 8 different academic colleges and schools. So we do have our College of Business Administration, College of Education, College of Engineering, Health Sciences, Liberal Arts, Science, Nursing, and Pharmacy. So I can say that probably our 3 most popular academic colleges would be the College of Business Administration, the College of Nursing, and the College of Engineering. They're definitely the ones that do a lot of research. They got a lot of renowned for how well the programs are run, especially our School of Nursing. That one's extremely competitive because it is known as one of the better nursing programs in West Texas. So I highly recommend checking them all out, seeing all the majors that we have housed under these colleges, these academic colleges. Our College of Business is very popular because there is plenty of study abroad opportunities that we offer. So if that's something you're interested, I highly recommend looking into our College of Business Administration. Now we do have a vibrant student life. Of course, we have our D1 athletics. We are known for the movie Glory Road. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but of course it's about Don Haskins, about us winning the national championship. So that's something we always talk about, so I won't spend too much time on that. But other fun events that we have are homecoming. Minor Palooza is a fun celebration that we like to bring all our students in, just have a good time. We had one year, we had DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Maybe I'm dating myself, but and we also had Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. He performed at Minor Palooza one year. So Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we also have our recreational sports that our rec center is amazing. It's a 3-story building, has an Olympic-sized pool, has a track in the building. It's an amazing rec center. Highly recommend checking that out if you do happen to give us a visit. And with that, of course, we have our intramural sports that you can participate in as a student. That is a ton of fun. Now, we also have plenty of opportunity if you're interested in joining clubs or organizations, whether that be socially to just, meet your peers and kind of get out, but also professional clubs. So if you want to show an extra interest in your career field that you're interested in getting in, or the academic field that you're involved in, it's always important to join these clubs just so you can have that on your resume and show, kind of help yourself stand out once you are looking for a job and you're out in the workforce. Now, when it comes to applying to UTEP, there's some steps that we just want to cover. Of course, the first thing you're going to need to do is apply online at applytexas.org. You'll find us there. We are not on the Common App, so it's just going to be with applytexas.org. Once you do end up applying with us, the main documents we'll need to see are going to be your high school transcript and some test scores, whether they be SAT or ACT test scores. And if you didn't take those tests, that's okay. We do also accept the TSI to get you admitted. We may need additional documents depending on your situation, but if we do, we'll let you know. Now, there are 3 pathways to admissions at UTEP. Now, I'm going to just cover these really quickly, and then it looks like my time is almost up. So first pathway is going to be involved with your ranking and your SAT or ACT scores. So if you're, as long as you're 25%, top 25%, you're going to be admitted. You don't have a minimum test score that you need to meet. Once you get below that ranking, you'll see that's a sliding test score. So you'll need some higher scores there. But I do believe I am a little over time. So I'm going to put my contact information. I'll still be here. So if you guys have any questions for me, please just let me know. All right.
Sam, thank you so much to you and the University of Texas at El Paso. That 6 minutes does go by super fast, doesn't it? I want to give an opportunity, or I'd like to first invite all of our panelists to turn back on their cameras. And we are going to go round robin. I'd like to present a question to you all to say something fun about your institution. So either what is your favorite event or tradition on campus, or give an interesting or fun fact about your school. So you can choose either one. Give an interesting fun fact, or what is your favorite event or tradition on campus. So we're going to start with Sam Houston up first.
Hi guys. Well, like I mentioned, we do have the Tree of Life tradition there at Sam Houston. I'm really big on the holidays. I love Christmas. So for me, it's pretty much one of my favorite traditions there at Sam Houston celebrates. That's, like I mentioned, guys, they pretty much have all of their faculty and staff, their students, they create ornaments. They have you guys represented there on campus. So for me, that's just a fun time. Holidays, just something fun for me, when it comes to what we offer at Sam Houston. And that was it for me, Courtney. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Texas A&M, you're up next.
All right. So the question is, what is my favorite thing about?
So you either have what's your favorite campus tradition or a fun fact.
All right. So my favorite campus tradition is definitely our Aggie Monster on April 21st. It is the one thing that sealed the deal for me, and the one thing that made me realize what I was, what type of community we had at A&M. This is a celebration of life for all the Aggies that passed in the last year. It doesn't matter where they went on campus. So we come together and celebrate our community and our community and our students that passed, regardless of where they went. Even they went at A&M and class in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, or even recent students that just passed, but we come together and celebrate their lives. I think that's one of my favorite traditions, and that makes me realize what type of university I was when I see this happening in my freshman year.
Awesome, thank you. Texas Tech, you're up next.
Yes, my favorite tradition at Texas Tech is Carol the Lights, where they literally string 25,000 lights all around, all through campus, and 20,000 plus attendees come out. This usually takes place the first week of December, drinking lots of hot chocolate, singing carols, and in the past we had 9 proposals. So hopefully when everyone's able to meet again, we'll see how many more proposals will take place. Thank you so much, Courtney, for having us this evening.
Thanks for sharing your great information. Next up, University of Texas at Tyler.
Hey guys, so my favorite tradition at UT Tyler is probably our homecoming, which we have every year. It's just like everyone's there. If you're a UT Tyler student, you go to homecoming. We have free hot air balloon rides that launch from our baseball field. We have our crawfish boil where you get a plate full of crawfish, and it's just a lot of fun. There's games, there's free t-shirts, there's just so much fun stuff. And if you're a UT Tyler student, you have to go. Thank you.
Hey, you had me at hot air balloon rides. That sounds totally fun.
I know, it's terrifying, but.
Next up, the University of Texas, Permian Basin.
So of course we do have homecoming with our football games, which is one of our most recent traditions since football only started at UTPB about 6 years ago. So it's been pretty fun to have homecoming with football now. But another more hilarious tradition that we have is called the Speedo Run. So the first week of school, our swimmers will dress in like their bathing suits and the guys will wear their Speedos, and they'll literally run into all the classrooms and throughout campus, just screaming and yelling, and it's hilarious. We didn't get to see it this year because of COVID. So we're hoping this fall we'll get to see that hilarious Speedo run again.
Good, clean fun. I love it. And finally, the University of Texas at El Paso.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to make sure you said I could point out an interesting fact, correct?
Yes. Yep,
awesome.
Totally.
So at UTEP, one of the interesting facts I think contributes to a lot of the atmosphere that we have there, the founder, his wife, she noticed when they founded the university that the landscape there reminded her of Bhutan a lot, a country that they love to visit. And when she pointed it out, they actually decided to use that architecture style that they have in Bhutan and use it over for the university at El Paso. So when you see our campus, you'll notice that the buildings do have kind of almost an East Asia theme or style to them. So it creates a really beautiful campus. We also even have I'm forgetting the word. We had an altar essentially that was built. We had monks from Bhutan come in and they hand painted it. They built it on campus, and it's beautiful. It's definitely something I recommend checking out.
So the last question that just came in the chat, we can take a straw poll. If you're a senior in high school right now, how many of you are still taking applications for the fall? If you want to raise your hand. Okay, so still several options out there, guys. And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. As you close out, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. We hope that you'll provide us with some feedback on how you felt like the evening went. Isn't this a fun way to see 6 schools in 45 minutes? There's a whole nother opportunity for you to do this again tomorrow. So go to that strivescan.com/Texas and sign up for some more opportunities to hear from great schools. This recording, along with all the recordings that happened today, will be available at that same website within about a week. Have fun and enjoy this college search, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.